Hello everyone, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good evening to you all. So hope you all had a great weekend, and with the same enthusiasm and energy, let's start today's session. And when we talk about today's or this week's sessions, I'm focusing this week completely on the very latest schemes that have been launched by the government. Okay, so all central schemes that is central government schemes only, latest schemes that have been launched in March or Feb end only. So all those schemes that we'll be discussing here. One of those schemes is the ADITI scheme, that is ADITI scheme. The pronunciation is also called as ADITI only as per the literature that has been uploaded or produced by the government on various sites, and that is aiding development of innovative technologies with IDEX. Okay, IDEX is the Innovation for Defense Excellence. Now this is a framework sort of, or a structure sort of, that has been developed majorly to incorporate innovation from, and that can be extracted from various innovative startups or researchers, etc., so that whatever the requirement of the solutions for various problems that are being faced by the defense sector can be answered. Or in simpler terms, it is looking out for the private entities also to work on the problems that are being posed by the defense sector. Thereby we can have more number of hands on the innovative side. Okay, for which this has been launched, and this was launched under the Defense Innovation Organization. Okay, so which is under the Department of Defense Production, DDP. So today what we are going to see is, we'll first look at the ADITI scheme, when and where it was launched. It was launched during the defense, that is DEF Connect 2024, very recently on March 4, 2024. Okay, so what we'll do is, first we'll look at the ADITI scheme, and since it has been launched under the IDEX framework, we'll look at what exactly is the IDEX framework. And since this IDEX framework is under the Defense Innovation Organization, we'll have a quick look at that as well. Okay, and along with ADITI, various other initiatives have been taken during the DEF Connect 2024. So that also will have a glance. So this is what we are going to do today as part of this session, that is aiding development of innovative technologies with IDEX scheme. In simpler terms, यहाँ पे आपको समझ में ही आ रहा है, innovative technologies, how we can ace that development, improve or increase that. How that can be done? By nurturing the startups, by providing a handheld support to these startups who are into this innovative structure. And again, how can that be done? By providing them with some financial assistance, some mentorship, etc. So let's have a look at that. Now these are my credentials, you can go through it later as well. Now when we talk about aiding development of innovative technologies with IDEX ADITI scheme, okay, so here this scheme has been launched. कब launch हुआ था? It was launched in New Delhi on March 4th, 2024 during the DEF Connect 2024, which again is an initiative or a platform sort of that is provided so that various stakeholders associated with the defense, they all can come together, including private and public, thereby trying to come up with solutions for various problems that are posing. Okay, now the budget that has been allocated for ADITI scheme is 750 crores, and the time period, now this has been launched in the financial year 2023-24. Obviously this would come March 4th, it would come under 23-24 only, so they have taken the same year, and it would run till 2025-26, and it is launched under the framework of IDEX. Okay, and that is Innovations for Defense Excellence. It is a framework under the Defense Innovation Organization. which again is under the Department of Defense Production. Now this Department of Defense Production, which is under the one of the departments under the Ministry of Defense, it was launched in 1962. Why? Majorly excuse me, to look into the development of defense infrastructure that in turn can help the Ministry of Defense produce various weapons and other required material for the Ministry of Defense, for which this was launched, Department of Defense Production, the name itself suggests. And how it is being done? Based on the requirement, they have roped in lots of PSUs or partnerships under this particular department. Okay, just like we have ICR में एक है national NARS, National Agriculture Research System, उसी में एजुकेशन एंड रिसर्च का काम चलता है एंड एवरीथिंग दैट इज अंडर द एम्बिट ऑफ ICR. बट उसके अंदर कई सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस या इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं जो ऑन डिफरेंट crops or different agriculture commodities and livestock, they keep on working, doing research, coming up with different varieties, different breeds. Okay, similar is the case with this Department of Defense Production. Here in this case, they are looking at developing the infrastructure, okay, thereby that in turn can help them produce the required weapons and other materials that are required for the defense sector. Okay, now what in this first edition of ADITI, that is the scheme, 17 challenges have been launched. Now what are these challenges? Now these challenges are actually the problems that are being faced by the Indian Army or the Indian Navy or the Indian Air Force, Defense Space Agency, etc. Now once these problem statements or the problems are released, what will happen? Whoever the startups who are working in that sector, they can work on these problems, providing them with the solution. Okay, this is important, the 17 challenges, and each of these defense forces, like Indian Army ne 3 challenges, for Indian Navy there are 5 challenges released, Indian Air Force 5, and again Defense Space Agency 4. They have been launched under the first edition of this ADITI scheme, that is the current one, that is for the 2023-24. Now what is the aim or objective of this ADITI scheme? The first thing, as I have said, to promote innovation in critical and strategic defense technologies, that they have already provided them with the challenges as well. To nurture the innovation of youth and help the country leap forward in the field of technology. Obviously, until and unless you come up with the challenges and nurture the startups or the individuals or the organizations who want to participate in development of the latest technologies as a solution to these problems, this will not happen. So for which they have come up with providing them with the financial support as well, for which 750 crores have been allocated for the next 3 years. To develop about 30 deep tech, critical and strategic technologies in the proposed time frame, that is from the 2023-24 to 2025-26, they want to develop at least 30 deep critical and strategic technologies, of which 17 have already been launched now. Okay, the problems, whatever, for which they want such technologies. It envisages to create a technology watch tool to bridge the gap between the expectations and the requirements of the modern armed forces and capabilities of the defense innovation ecosystem. How will that happen? Problem statement. They have to reveal their expectations. So this is what we are expecting, this is what we are facing, and accordingly the solution would be provided by the innovators or the startups. So how much amount they are going to give them? Here the financial assistance that they are going to provide is quantum of grant. It is not a loan. Please understand, quantum of grant, that is they need not repay it back. How much they are going to provide? 50% of the product development budget. Whatever the product development budget that is there, of which 50% would be provided to the innovator under this ADITI scheme, with a maximum limit of 25 crores. So maximum 25 crores तक उनको grant मिल सकता है. Okay, if the solution that they provided is as per the requirement. So leading to the product development budget of around 50 crores or beyond maximum जो है, that's what we are telling. So 50% of that would be provided. So currently this Ministry of Defense, that is IDEX, under IDEX, they have already invited applications for partner incubators. Now these are those under which this product development can be done. Incubators are those, they help the innovators or the startups to come up with the solution, whatever the solution that they are providing. They'll try to understand during incubation whether it is manageable, whether it is scalable, whether it has good, it can impact the, it can have the solution for the problem that is being shown. Okay, so for which they have already started inviting applications for partner incubators, so that they can partner with IDEX and promote these startups or help these startups under product development. Okay, and here the last date for this that they have given is 20th March 2024. Okay, excuse me. Now, what is the eligibility criteria? Those who want to apply for this financial assistance, we have just now seen that they are saying that they'll be providing with the financial assistance. Now, all this for what? For Atmanirbhar Bharat. Simpler. Sorry. Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay. So what is the eligibility criteria? The first thing, startups as per definition or the recognition by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, that is DPIIT, which is under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the Government of India only would be considered, along with others that will come across. Now, what is a startup as per DPIIT? From the date of incorporation, it should not have more than 10 years of age. The organization or the company or the startup that we are talking about here, and it should not, it should have turnover of less than 100 crores. It should be a partnership firm or limited liability partnership kind of firm, etc. And is there anything that I have forgot? No, private limited. So any of these, if they can, these criteria are met, then we can consider that as a startup, and that startup would have eligibility under ADITI scheme. That is, they can avail the funding. Again, they have to be in defense. The startup should be focusing on the defense sector only here in this case. Okay. Now, any Indian company incorporated under the Companies Act, primarily a MSME, that is micro, small and medium enterprise, as defined in the MSME Act 2006, as per the definition that have been given for each of these micro, small and medium enterprises in the MSME Act 2006, they will be eligible under this ADITI scheme. Or individual innovators are also encouraged to apply, like the research and academic institutions, etc. can use this category to apply, that is individual innovators. But again, if they are selected for this scheme, because it's only eligibility criteria, they'll apply and after that they will be selected. And if they are selected, then they need to register themselves as a startup or MSME only then, because either of these are eligible under this, okay, to avail the program, whatever the funding that is being provided. Okay. Important again, eligibility criteria. Now, as I said earlier also, ADITI scheme we have seen what is the eligibility criteria, funding we have seen how much they are going to provide, what are the main objectives that we have seen, timelines we have seen, how they are going to do that, all we have seen. And we have also seen that this particular scheme has been launched during DEF Connect 2024. Now, what is this DEF Connect? That is Defense Connect, simpler. Now, the main aim of this DEF Connect is to promote innovation, entrepreneurship, self-reliance in defense production. Okay, now how will that happen? How will we achieve this aim? Because this serves as a platform to showcase the latest advancements in defense technology, fostering collaboration between the public and private sectors, encouraging investment in defense startups. कई बार इसमें ऐसा होता है कि if they have, the startups have that all that is required for production of some technology also, the knowledge sharing would be done by these entities, that is the government entities, with these private ones as per the memorandum of understanding or the agreement that is developed between them. Now, as I said, DEF Connect 2024, we have seen that ADITI scheme has been launched. Along with that ADITI scheme, the 11th edition of Defense India Startup Challenge has also been launched. This is for the collaboration between the defense establishments, that is the main organization, that is the PSUs, etc., and the defense sector, and the startup ecosystem. So whatever the problems that are being faced by these, they will release them as challenge statements to the startup ecosystem. Thereby these startups in the startup ecosystem will work on them and provide solutions. And here in this case, DISC 11, this is DISC 11, introduced 22 problem statements, of which 4 were from Indian Army, 5 from Indian Navy, 5 from Indian Air Force, 7 from Armored Vehicles Nigam Limited and Hindustan Shipyard Limited. All these again under the Ministry of Defense only. Okay, and the main aim of this DISC is to address the critical defense challenges, inviting innovators to propose innovative solutions that can enhance the country's defense capabilities and contribute to national security. So whatever the problem statements that have been provided, under which they will be given a time and accordingly they have to provide solutions. Okay, almost the similar to ADITI, but in ADITI they will provide them with all sorts of help, including financial assistance, in order to develop that product or develop that solution. Now we have seen that ADITI scheme has been launched under the framework, IDEX Framework. Now what is this? It is an initiative or framework taken up by the government to contribute towards modernization of the defense industry. Now this is the key word here. That is for the modernization. They have launched this so that they can go for public-private partnerships as well in order to modernize this defense industry. Now here, innovations for defense excellence. It is launched in collaboration with the Startup India and Atal Innovation Mission under Defense Innovation Organization. Okay, under the Defense Innovation Organization, which is under the Department of Defense Production, Ministry of Defense. This was launched in April 2018 to promote innovation and technology development in defense and aerospace. How that can be done again? By engaging various entities, especially the private organizations as well, that includes MSMEs, startups, individual innovators, research and development institutes and academia. And this will provide the engaging industries with the funding and other support as well, so that they can carry out the much needed research and development, all again for one thing, that is the modernization of defense industry. Okay, important again, this scheme is very, very important. That is ADITI scheme, DEF Connect 2024, IDEX Innovations for Defense Excellence, etc. Now, when we talk about this Innovations for Defense Excellence, is a framework, right, or a structure sort of under which various initiatives are being taken up. Now, how will they get the funds? Is there any fund that is directly allocated? Here, whatever the fund, etc., all that funding, the management is done by the Defense Innovation Organization itself, and this acts as the executive arm of this DIO. So, whatever the DIO is planning, all that innovation, all that is being executed under this IDEX in simpler terms. Very, very important. Okay, and when we talk about IDEX, what they have done is they have come up with some framework. Maybe what they have done is some stages sort of according to the quality and the category. So here IDEX Prime is the one that they have launched. It constitutes a specialized program within the broader IDEX initiative, concentrating on tackling larger and more intricate challenges that demand substantial financial backing. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि the problem that is being faced, it's very huge, and the kind of research, the kind of development that is required, it is more challenging and it requires huge financial backing. All such projects have been put under IDEX Prime, that is premium category, you can say. Okay, and in terms of funding, IDEX Prime provides substantially higher grants. Here majorly whatever the R&D that is being done, the support that is being provided by the startups etc. in developing solutions for various problems associated with the defense sector, for them the financial assistance would be in the form of grants rather than loans, compared to other programs within the IDEX framework. So बिल्कुल ये exclusive थोड़ा high level वाले projects जो होते हैं in simpler terms, that would be taken up under this. And several editions of IDEX Prime are tailored to address specific requirements, few of which have been highlighted here, like IDEX Prime. It is characterized by the larger scale challenges and grants in comparison to the standard IDEX Prime program. ये IDEX Prime X है, मतलब प्राइम में भी और प्रीमियम. IDEX प्राइम स्प्रिंट. नाउ स्प्रिंट, जैसे स्प्रिंट मतलब बहुत तेजी से भागना, राइट? So similarly, this edition of IDEX Prime prioritizes rapid development cycle with shorter deadlines, particularly focusing on specific problem statements outlined by the Indian Navy. This has been exclusively launched for the Indian Navy. And sprint इसका full form है supporting pole vaulting. आपने कभी देखा pole vaulting game, that they have that long pole and they have to run to gain that momentum, and then they'll jump over that pole with the help with the help of a pole. So in order to gain that momentum, they have to run very fast. So that is what they have to do. They have to do the research and development at a much faster pace when compared to the other projects. So is supporting pole vaulting in R&D through innovations for defense excellence, naval innovation and indigenization organization, and the naval ये है, and technology development acceleration cell. So it is, as you can see here, sprint, SPRINT. It is supporting pole vaulting in R&D through innovations. Okay, through innovations for IDEX. ये IDEX का है, ये NIIO का है, and ये TDAC का है. Okay, so this for clearer objectives and they need immediate solution. For such cases, they can develop projects under the IDEX Prime Sprint. Now, earlier we have seen that this IDEX, that is Innovations for Defense Excellence, actually it is a framework under the Defense Innovation Organization. Right? Now, what is this Defense Innovation Organization? It is a not-for-profit company registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013, which has been developed under the Department of Defense Production, Ministry of Defense. And it has two founding members, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and Bharat Electronics Limited. Both are defense public sector undertakings who are the founding members of this. And under this only, this IDEX framework has been developed, and whatever the projects that are being undertaken under the IDEX, that all will be under the purview of DIO. Again, this DIO is under the purview of Defense, this Production Department. Okay, Department of Defense Production. So, this is what it is about ADITI scheme. So, we have seen ADITI scheme kya hai, when it was launched, its objectives, how much funding, timelines, everything we have seen. And under this has been launched during the Def Connect, that is a platform sort of, workshop sort of, or you can say conference sort of. During that time it was launched. Along with this, various other initiatives have been launched, that also we have discussed. We have discussed Def Connect also, what exactly is that, for what basis it was launched, its objective, everything we have seen. After that, we have seen that ADITI scheme has been launched under the IDEX framework. So we have seen what exactly is the IDEX framework, what are the various components of the IDEX framework, and IDEX is under the Defense Innovation Organization, DIO, that also we have seen, and which is under the Department of Defense Production, that also we have seen. It was launched in 1962 and all that. We have seen how it works and how it engages various PSUs and other organizations in order to develop the weapons and other material that are required in the defense sector. Okay, so the most important points we have discussed. Again, one of the most important schemes launched very recently on March 4th itself. Yes, now the forum is open for your queries, questions, any suggestions, etc. And thank you very much for being with me so patiently. Yes. And all, as I've said, the major crux behind this entire scheme launch and the objectives, etc., is the Atmanirbhar Bharat, and also to promote startups on a huge scale, even in defense sector. Thank you, Arpan. All important points have been covered. Itna kafi hai. And yes, any questions or queries, please feel free to ask me. And ये पूरा वीक हमारा लेटेस्ट स्कीम्स ही रहेंगे. ओके, मैं अभी थोड़ी देर में, आज या कल में अपडेट कर दूंगी लिस्ट. आज टाइम नहीं मिला. Okay, no queries, no problem. If you have any, you know where to reach out to me. Thank you very much once again. So see you all tomorrow, same time, with yet another interesting scheme launched very recently. Yes, take care. Bye bye. See you all tomorrow then. Good night.